Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Happy Bringling. Namaskar, friends. For over 120 years, Rotary has been a symbol of service, compassion, and transformation. And that is why we run this series called Rotary Legacy Fridays on our Bringle Talks YouTube channel, working towards billion-dollar dream. Let's Bringle 1 billion soulful smiles together. Rotary and many organizations like Rotary has been working from eradicating polio to building schools, from responding to disasters to uplifting communities. Rotary has touched every corner of the world. It's a story of credibility, of trust, of ordinary men and women doing extraordinary things. But tonight I want to ask a question that may feel uncomfortable and even unsettling for many people out there. Will Rotary survive the next 100 years? Take a pause and think about it. Because history is not just about the glory of what we did yesterday. It is about the resilience of what we choose to do today and the legacy we will leave for tomorrow. Just think about this. Rotary is one of very few institutions in the human history that has lasted more than a century. With millions of members across the world, we celebrate milestones with pride. We display our projects with joy. But beneath the pride lies a deeper truth. Clubs struggle to retain members. Donors are fatigued. Projects often end when the funds end. Buildings remain, but the teachers are missing. Photos are clicked, but the communities are still waiting. Isn't that a reality? Haven't you seen something like this in your club or community or nearby families? Somewhere in the society? We have built credibility for 120 years. And India also will be completing its 100 years by, in another probably, 12 years? 22 years? Which is 2047. But credibility alone does not guarantee survival. Legacy is not about how long we have been here. Legacy is all about whether what we build will outlive us or not. So let me ask you a question and let this echo in your mind. What does it take for an organization like Rotary or for any other social impact leadership organization to survive the next 100 years? Because it is not enough to just build schools. It is not enough to donate money. It is not enough to cut ribbons or plant trees. That is not going to solve our problems of Mission Zero unemployment or Mission Net Zero. The real test is this: will these projects continue long after we are gone? Will they survive not just our children, but our grandchildren and maybe much further? Will they still hold relevance in a world of changing economies, changing politics, changing priorities? Because legacy is not about today's applause. Legacy is about tomorrow's survival. And it is very, very important. And I would like to bring you a very important point, which is called as 3 pillars of legacy. Number 1 is cash flow. Because service cannot depend only on charity. Service must sustain itself. That is why in my first video, the earlier last week video, you would have heard about sustainable impact over self rather than service over self. Watch that video. You will get a lot of perspective out there. Don't miss that out. Check the playlist Rotary Legacy Fridays in the Bringle Talks YouTube channel, and you will get a lot of videos out there what other Rotary leaders are talking about. Without resources, even the most noble dreams collapse. Because numbers alone is not enough. Now let's talk about the second pillar of legacy. That is impact. Because it's not how many projects we have done, but how deeply they have transformed communities is what matters. And the third one is sustainability. Because today's solutions cannot create tomorrow's problem. True service means building models that endure, adapt, and evolve, not just showcase projects. Cash flow, impact, sustainability, these are the three pillars for true Rotary legacy. And if we do not align ourselves with this equation, then the painful truth is this: our credibility of the last 120 years may not be enough for the next 100. Pause for a moment. Close your eyes if you can. Imagine Rotary in the year 2125 from now, or maybe 2150. What do you see? Do you see vibrant clubs, self-sustainable, leading communities with pride? Or do you see fading banners, empty halls, and projects remembered only in history books? This is not just Rotary's equation. This is a question for every social impact leader, every NGO, every foundation. The past 120 years gave us credibility. The next 100 years will test whether we can build legacies. The legacy will not be measured by how much we did in our lifetime, but how much it is survived after us. So I leave you with a thought. What are you doing today to ensure that your club, your projects, your mission will still be alive 100 years from now? Think about it. And this question has been keeping me particularly awake at night. And I'm sure a lot of you as a leader also might be thinking. Because while we celebrate our past, we cannot ignore our present reality. Membership is definitely declining in many regions. Donor fatigue is really coming up. People are tired of giving one-time checks without seeing sustainable results. So many donations are happening, but we are not even able to track them, their impact on the larger community. Short-term project gives you ribbon cuttings, photos, and building without teachers. They're not solving the real problem. And I'll give you an example. In India, dropout rates in secondary schools are still 18.3%. And this is what, despite crores being sent, despite thousands of classrooms being built. And I remember this question being asked by one of the Rotarian in my club. And he was actually sharing this same fact with all of us. And he asked a very genuine question. He asked the question saying that Rotary is doing so many projects, so many schools transformations, spending crores of rupees. Why the dropout rates are so high? Why it is not enough? Is it not? Are we not doing the right thing? He actually raised a very right question. And I want to answer that with this podcast, this Bringle Talks today. You know what? Infrastructure alone is not impact. Because if we continue this way, Rotary risks becoming just another NGO with banners, photos, and fading relevance. So let me ask you about again. Will Rotary survive the next 100 years? Or will history remember us as the organization that lost its spark after 100 years of greatness? Just pause and think. You know, I was thinking about this. Let's talk about the problem honestly. Rotary clubs today Rotary or any other international clubs today depends largely on annual contributions from members, right? one-time donations from corporates or maybe individuals, global grants that may take months, years to approve, may or may not come, and not to every club. But what happens when members retire or stop contributing or even is not there in this world? Corporates should focus to other CSR priorities that will stop donations. Global grants dry up due to changing rules, their focus areas. The answer is simple. The whole projects collapse. And we have all seen it. A Rotary club spends 3 to 4 crores building a school, MLA putting his face on the plaque, takes credit, even gets reimbursement from the government. And within 2 years, the classrooms are empty, teachers are missing, children are still dropping out. Are we really doing the impact? And this is the hard truth. Charity is not sustainability. Donations is not equal to cash flows. Buildings is not equal to education. And if we do not shift our model now, the next 100 years of Rotary will not look like the last 100. This is where the fear must awaken us. If we keep doing what we did yesterday, Rotary clubs across the world will struggle to survive tomorrow. But here is the good news. We don't have to wait for donors to save us. We don't have to depend on annual contributions alone. Rotary can evolve. Rotary can lead the next century with self-sustainable cash flow model. And that is where the Social Venture Fund comes in. Think of it as a Rotary's next big innovation. A fund created by Rotarians for Rotarians. Investments start as low as 50,000 rupees one time or 5,000 rupees per month for 12 months. Capital is returned back in 3 to 5 years time. Investors enjoy 10, 20, 30% of annual passive income for life. And at the same time, projects get funded perpetually. This is not charity. This is not dependency. This is sustainable impact. Through social venture funds, we are building schools where 100 plus privileged children study free in the small setup in Vartur, Bangalore area right now. This is the first model center of Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao, where you find out self-sustainable cash flow models to make it run till perpetuity. Employment for locals as teachers, trainers, staff. So much employment, women empowerment. You generate a lot of jobs for them. You help them in entrepreneurship. Income opportunities for families via skills and micro enterprises. Special support for women, widows, deaf, military families. And the fund pays for itself year after year. Imagine this. Instead of struggling to raise 10 lakhs every year, your club has a cash flow fund that pays out 20 lakhs every year for projects without asking members for more money or more checks. This is exactly what Rotary bylaws envisioned. Self-sustainability, impact, and alignment with long-term priorities, and even talks about venture capital funds. Different versions of venture capital funds. But are we able to deploy that? Probably not. And if we can do this at the club level, imagine the scale. Not just 1 crore projects, not even 10 crore projects. We are talking about 10,000 crore worth of projects as part of India's Vision 2030 and Vision 2047. Rotary plus Social Venture Fund is equal to legacy that will last for 100 plus years. And India, the number 2 contributor today, has the power to become number 1 globally. Not only transforming India, but also transforming so many countries out there. Friend, this is why we created Rotary Legacy Fridays on Bringle Talks YouTube channel. Every Friday at 4 p.m. IST, we will showcase you different Rotary presidents, governors, CSR heads, stories of impact, the new models of sustainability, talking about the venture capital fund, understanding about how it can transform the social impact area, how can we work on sustainable impact ourselves. And here is the urgent call. This is not just about watching videos. This is about taking the conversation into your club. Rotary bylaws already allow classification talks. Why not host a classification talk on social venture fund in your club? Invite us. We will share the model. We will show how your club can fund itself for the next 100 years. How you personally can be part of the founding Group of Rotarians pioneering this shift. But don't wait, because opportunities like this don't come often. Every Friday you miss, you lose one more chance to build your legacy. And if you want more details, do click the link available in the description and comments below. Let's have a one-on-one call, non-obligatory call either side. So let's come back to the question we started with. Will Rotary survive the next 100 years? And you know what? The answer depends on us. If we stay stuck in donations and one-time charity, we may fade into history. But if we embrace social venture funds and build self-sustainable clubs, Rotary will not only survive, it will thrive. Friends, the time for action is now. Watch Bringle Talks YouTube channel 10 minutes daily at 2x speeds for your 100x plus growth. Click the link in the comments in the description below to book your non-obligatory one-on-one call either side. Invite us for a classification talk in your club in India or anywhere in the world. Any social impact organization, because legacy is not what we leave behind. Legacy is what we build today. And I always say, what do we say? Dare to dream big or die wondering what could have been your billion-dollar dream. Thank you. See you next Friday on Rotary Legacies Friday. Keep bringing, keep growing, and keep spreading the Bringle Dream Wave. Inspire others, help them achieve, and motivate them to pass it on.